Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2026 Toyota Corolla Cross. This is an XLE. It's finished off in Soul Red, and the MSRP is just shy of $34,000. Now, this is powered by a 2-liter 4-cylinder. It's paired to the CVT transmission, and it pumps out 169 horsepower, 150 pound-feet of torque. This model here is front-wheel drive. However, all-wheel drive is available. Curb weight is going to be right around 3,100 pounds. You'll expect 0 to 60 to be in the high 7-second range with a top speed of 113 miles an hour. Now, it also has a fuel capacity of 12.4 gallons. You'll expect to see 31 miles per gallon in the city and 33 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 103.9 inches. Its overall length is 175.6. It has a width of 71.9, a height of 64.8, and its ground clearance measures in just over 8 inches. Now, as we take a look at the exterior styling, this has a really nice, almost 4Runner type design with its grille. You'll notice there's large cutouts in it too, to provide a lot of cooling. The Toyota badge is also the sensor, and there's also LEDs for the lighting too. You'll notice there's fog lights integrated nicely in the lower section, where there's also more cutouts and some more of the body color to integrate it nicely. Now, there's some really nice lines that come down the hood. They meet the top section of that gloss black trim accent very nicely. And then as we work our way to the side, you'll notice there's some plastic in the front bumper, works its way to the fender arches. It's also on the lower side skirts there. And this model also has a really nice design for the two-tone wheels. Now, you'll notice there's gloss black on the side mirrors, where there's also a turn signal. There's some chrome accents for the window trim, black for the roof racks, and then a sunroof up top. And then some really nice lines that flow down the side, especially once we get to this rear door handle and it works its way around that fender to the back. Where this also has the spoiler, there's the wiper blade in the lower section, LEDs for the lighting, there's a backup camera, there's also parking sensors too, and then you'll notice more of that split design with bodywork in the lower section. Now, this model also gets a power trunk or lift gate, so you can use that control to open it up, where this has a good bit of space. This also has the JBL audio, and then you'll notice no storage underneath the floor, but of course you can fold the back seats down. There's also this cover here that you can use as needed, and there's some tie downs so you can safely secure any items that you have. And then you have 2 controls where you can just close that lift gate, or you can lock the vehicle as well. Now, as we work our way to the interior, this has a pretty nice design to it. You'll notice there's a drink holder, you have your grab handle, some soft touch materials, and then a speaker in that lower section. And then a really nice design for these seats where you have a release. You can fold this seat down as needed, of course. Now, I haven't messed with this driver's seat. It seems to be pretty far back, but at 5'10", I still have plenty of room. Now, there's vents in the middle, and then at my height, I have maybe 2 inches or so of headroom, so I can sit upright and still not touch the headliner. So it's pretty nice to be in the back of this smaller vehicle. Now, there's also cup holders, and then you have the armrest there, and those small cargo windows to help see around this pillar in the back. Now, as we work our way up front, you'll notice there's the window controls, lock and unlock, mirror adjustments, and more storage down below. And then this also has power operating front seats with a nice look to them. Now, for this 26-year model, this has a restyled center console. There's also the 10.5-inch touchscreen system and a digital gauge cluster. So we have some nice goodies for this model. So let's start this up, where this has a leather-wrapped steering wheel. You'll notice on the right side, all of the cruise control settings, distance pacing, mode, and tuning. And then on the left, this is how you can get to your volume, your voice commands, and go through the digital gauge cluster. Now, if you push on the left or the right arrow, you'll notice we can go into 1, 2, and 3. If you hold on OK on any of them, this is how you can further go into this information and control what you would like to see. So you have 3 sections here that you can adjust with 3 different tabs. So you have quite a lot depending on what you would like to view on a daily basis. Now, on this left side, there's traction control, automatic high beams, a dimmer switch for the gauges. You get 1 air vent, and then with this massive screen, all the shortcuts are on the left. This is going to be very similar for pretty much the whole Toyota lineup, where you can go through some of this information as needed, and you have quite a lot of settings just depending on what you would like to get into. Now, you also have power and volume just underneath that, along with some vents, and then you have another digital screen for your climates, your temperature, where you'd like the air to go, even some defrosters too. Now, there is wireless charging down below. You'll notice heated seats, engine start stop. If we put this into reverse, you get a pretty large backup camera with this screen, and you have a few different angles and guidelines that you can go into. Now, even though this has a CVT, you can change gears using the shifter. There's the e-brake with auto hold. You have 2 cup holders, a little bit of storage with an auxiliary, and then you have the locking glove box with a good bit of space, and then the rear view mirror. There's also garage door buttons tucked up underneath. And then you have controls for your dome lights and then the sunroof. Sunshade is manually adjusting. And then here's a look at visibility. Pretty easy to see over both shoulders. You have quite a lot of glass for this smaller size SUV. So now that we're behind the wheel now for the new Toyota Corolla Cross, this is my first time actually getting some seat time with this vehicle. I have been able to see it in person, just not be able to drive it yet. So we are on a very beautiful scenic route from Napa to Sonoma Raceway, where we are going to be doing quite a lot at the track. So make sure you stay tuned for the rest of the content that I am filming, including taking a Corolla Cross off the dirt. This is a model that Toyota has a Corolla Cross here with a trailer on the back. The towing, which I didn't mention earlier, is about 1,500 pounds, so nothing too crazy, but it's something enough for bicycles, a kayak like you saw on this trailer here. So you can at least put some activities on the back of this vehicle and have some fun adventures like what we're doing today. You can go camping. We'll see how well this does off the pavement in just a little bit. But my initial impressions with driving this, putting a few miles on it so far, it's a very comfortable SUV to drive. It reminds me a lot of the RAV4, not the newest RAV4, but just in general, that style vehicle. It is a little bit smaller than that, but seating position is really nice. We do have a height adjustable seat. So at 5'10", I have about 2 inches or so of headroom right now, and of course you can adjust that as needed. It is a very low vehicle in general, but from sitting inside, you definitely sit up higher than you would a Toyota sedan. So if you want a vehicle that's a little higher up, this is a perfect option to go with. You can also go with the hybrid, which I will try to film as well. You can get a little bit more power out of that, just depending on the type of vehicle that you would like to daily drive. You will get a lot better MPG with that, but it will cost more as well. But this is fun. This is a great adventure type of vehicle. If you're not looking for a large SUV, maybe you don't want to go to the RAV4, the Sequoia, something like that. You want something a little bit better on MPG, but also relatively small to fit in city situations, parking lots, things like that, but also has a lot of interior cargo space. So as we switch to the POV angle, let's use the shifter down below. Even though this is a CVT, we got pedal to the floor almost. And I'd say it has a good bit of power to it. It's not trying to be a really fast vehicle, but that was enough to get up and at least merge, get into traffic, get up to speed, and start moving. Again, if you want a little bit more power, you can go with the hybrid, which is closing in on 200 horsepower combined with that power system. Well, this is what it's like to be behind the wheel of the Corolla Cross. Very comfortable vehicle for this drive that I have. Very insulated too. So it definitely provides you with a nice comfortable feeling vehicle, something that you can definitely daily drive. Plenty of visibility as well. As you can see, very thin pillars here. And you have a lot of nice creature comforts, including some of the updates, the digital gauge cluster, the larger screen. It is worth noting that some of the lower trim levels will have a smaller screen, a smaller gauge cluster. So all of the X models, XSE, XLE, all of those will have all of these tech features, as you see, of course, in this model here. So just depending on your budget, they start around $25,000 for the gas version. Hybrid's going to be a little bit closer to $30,000. And you have a lot of different ways that you can spec this smaller crossover SUV. And we're just leaving it in drive right now.
Yep. Let's kind of see how that goes. And you feel the most actually going at speeds like this, up to like 10 and below.
Yeah.
So you're really seeing where the all-wheel drive's kicking in on both cars.
Right, okay.
If you're going really fast, honestly, it's speed helping you a lot of the way instead of the traction.
Right. So this is a good speed just to kind of test out. And you said it, a mechanical all-wheel drive system?
Yes.
Versus the hybrid that has what?
On-demand all-wheel drive.
Okay.
So that's on-demand electronic all-wheel drive. So that has a motor generator in the rear of the vehicle. So it's separate, no direct connection.
Okay.
It's electronic connection there.
Yeah, I can feel it kind of bogging down a little bit.
Yep. So that's where it's hunting for gears right there. It was trying to go up to second gear. While leaving it in manual one, there's no concern anymore.
Right, yeah.
especially when you look off to the side and see
Yeah.
actually how far you're
Wow.
actually angled at.
That's pretty neat. Here, let's
Yeah, now you put it
upshift
into
it
drive
here. Yeah.
if you want at this point. Past all the steep part. The cool thing is you're doing something that most people haven't ever done inside of a Corolla Cross.
Right, yeah.
It's definitely more than capable of doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Stock wheel and tires, no changing anything.
Yeah. This is impressive. This is a gorgeous view.
Absolutely.
Wow. We didn't have any wheel slippage or really anything.
No,
And this is some dusty, you know, I mean, it's not, it's some loose gravel for sure. Well, that is going to wrap it up for the new Corolla Cross. If you guys enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Once again, a huge shout out to Toyota for inviting us out. Make sure you check out the track day videos that I made with all of their GR series as well. And smash that subscribe button so you guys can stay tuned for our daily uploads. And I will see you all in the next video.